I'm here with Heather, and I feel like playing Burley Man at Sea. Don't really know much about this game. I know it's some kind of a weird art. Um, let's go ahead and get into this. It looks a little weird. Let's go. So R1 did that. Where is this going to take us? Oh, what's this? Calls one of the fishermen. Some kind of rubbish in the nets. It looks weird. Use this sea chart. Grumbles the hasty one. Oh gosh. Nothing on it but our own island. A map cast to sea without purpose. Must be more to it. Argues the steady one. The brave one brightens. A mystery, eh? Folks in the village may know something of it. We should head back. Sure. Oh my god, I'm just like, oh, I'm so done right now. I hope y'all can hear me. Here we go. They got some awesome beards, I'll tell you that. So that's how you do it. R1, R2, and L2. What's this? The sea chart, eh? The young man shrugs. Can't say I know much about it. With these landlocked legs of mine. Old fellow next door in the coffee shop might have answers. Maybe I can look in here. There's no one in here. Oh, here we go. He's got a big gray beard. Yeah, it'll be one thing, a drink and seats by the fire, I expect. The man casts a dubious glance at the tiny stools before complying with a shrug. Behind them proceeds a friendly whir. I did not read that. I'm so slow right now, like... That does sound like a cappuccino machine, doesn't it? The young man soon approaches with a steaming tray, single origin espresso. Roast it myself, he declares. They stare blankly. He says, coffee. Relaxing, the men sip cautiously, eyes widened. Now, what have we found? He chuckles at their stunned faces. Observation. That's all. Folks come in with questions, and yours is plainly rolled in your hand. Steady bored grins, and beard grins. Aye, then you are the man we want to see. He unrolls the parchment between them. All lean in. The old man deliberates for a moment before speaking. Seems what ye have here is a variety of map that brings about adventurous deeds and heroic feats. Aye! Brave Beard leaps from his seat to pound Steady Beard on the back. But there's nothing on it, remarks Hasty Beard flatly, eyeing the old man. The old man grins at his skeptical look. Aye, it's a worthwhile adventure that begins with the unknown. This map has tales yet to tell. My god, I'm gonna try and do this. He turns to walk away. Ho there! What sort of tales? Calls Brave Beard. That depends, replies the old man, on what sort ye choose. He crosses the room, disappearing through a doorway behind the counter. Steadybeard coughs awkwardly. Neat. Guess we'll be going, then. Thanks for the suppressor? He tries. There's no answer. That was quite the adventure.
You didn't do nothing.
I did a whole lot. What do you mean?
For an adventure.
We had some espresso. There's nothing that way. We continue on to the left. He didn't know anything, so we don't go to him. Oh crap. Go back here. Is there anything in here? Let's go in. Looks like bread. Hey, you. Well, if it isn't the brother's beard, what can I do for you fellows? Steadybeard prepares to speak, but the question is intercepted by Hastybeard. Know anything about adventurous deeds? Heroic feats? Maps, adds Bravebeard. Mystery. The love-shaped woman continues working silently for a moment, then pauses to look up. Mystery, is it? Afraid I'm not the imaginative type, boys. We're old friends, the Ordinary and I. She concludes, returning to her work. So that's a dead end. Oh, joyous day. Let's see what this old hap has to say. A blacksmith? Oh, here we go. Listen to that sound. Chink, chink, chink. The man glances up at their approach, then returns to his work with a grunt. Mind if we interrupt for a moment? Shouts Steadybeard. See, we found this map in our nets this morning, and do you happen to know anything about the unknown? Or heroic feats and tales and such? Adds Bravebeard, hopefully. There's a brief pause as the man stops hammering. He grunts, then waits. It appears he has nothing further to add. Alright, so we move on. Let's keep going over here. Chink, that's the sound of hitting metal with a hammer. Chink. Alright, so I have. I guess we set sail. I might fall off the edge of this flat world. Sea rats, remarks Hastybeard, squinting. What ye reckon they're after? Sylvia frowns. I don't like it. He's the feel of mischief about it. Has the feel of mischief about it. Mischief away! Grins Bravebeard, losing the sails. Oh wow. It's Moby Dick's brother, Moby Dickless. It's dark inside the whale, but the men appear to be intact. A flickering ring of firelight cuts into the darkness before them. Great barnacled one, the trophy is called. Join us, friends. From whence do you come? Ask one of the nymphs. A nymph? We were sailing for adventure and heroic feats when this colossal whale fellow scooped us up, explained Steadybeard. It's really very discouraging. A man can't properly have an adventure at sea indoors, adds Bravebeard. Be calm, friend. Imagine the wave. Become the wave, advises a second nymph. The others exchange mellow glances, nodding approval. Can't say I follow this sentiment in the remark, comments Hastybeard. But if you advise us how to hop off this vessel, we'll be on our way. The great barnacled one brings us to a place where we cannot go ourselves. But those unwilling may depart through a fountain of faithfulness, as the nymph, gesturing sadly toward what appears to be a hatch. And our ship, she can't fit through that. Fear not, once the great barnacled one reaches the place of promise, he will open wide the gates that all may go out as they come in. So either we escape with no ship, or for the capture to open its his maw. Then if not grandly. Time flows quickly in contemplation, of the great one's splendor. He who chooses the path of waiting is welcome here by the fire. Bravebeard's face shows alarm. I think we'd prefer to look around first. The nymphs begin to sway. But all is darkness beyond the circle of the great one's love. You must first seek the enlightenment of... Found it! Interrupts Hastybeard, grabbing a torch from the fire before them. A few barrels left empty by the morning's interrupted work now float free beside the boat. The men consider them in the torchlight. If I were the puzzle-solving sort, observes Hastybeard, I'd call that a solution. Aye, they'll float, nods Steadybeard, but not so well as our ship. Bravebeard scoffs. What are we, landsmen? Arms and legs float well enough. Oh wow.
And they put them on. Okay, now what? Oh, shit.
Hastebeard is fiery with excitement. Summon that fountain and let's be off. Bravebeard grumbles eloquently from his barrel. Steadybeard looks worried. We got shot out.
Oh, the damn blowhole.
Tiring, the barrel cloth men settle back to drift with the current. May as well see where this takes us, observes Steadybeard bleakly. Time passes, Bravebeard begins to snore, I'm sorry, raucously from behind. Time passes. There he is. Ship ahead! The shout wakens Bravebeard, who eagerly overturns his barrel, resurfacing a moment later to cough out. It begins. What the devilry! Exclaims Hastebeard. The grim, cloaked figure clears his throat and as he approaches. Greetings. Please come aboard for your complimentary trip to the afterlife. Ah, well, replies Steadybeard. Thank you, but we'd prefer the long way. There's a long silence. The figure is masked, but the men feel distinctly that he is sulking. At least, he heaves a dissolute sigh. You do not willingly forfeit your souls, he pleads. It is quite plainless, and I would at least be promoted from this apprentice issue rowboat. Another silence follows. Then, he continuously despairingly, there must be a race. At this, Hastebeard's face cheers significantly. Maybe you would be so kind as to lose. No, of course not, he sighs again, deeply. We race through the cliffs of despair, he explains mournfully. If the three of you pass me at any point, I lose. If I take the lead, however unlikely, I don't lose. Meaning you win. I had not thought of it that way, but I suppose that would be the case, yes? Without waiting to confer, Hastebeard sets off, paddling furiously. I have no idea, but I'm pressing forward just in case. Does slow and steady win the race? Really very sorry for scuttling your promotion and all that, offers Steadybeard. It's not so bad, tries Bravebeard. You've a boat. And that nice, scary mask. I do have a nice mask, sniffs the muffled voice. Great, well goodbye, calls Hastybeard, paddling away. The others join him. These are some easy trophies. Yeah. Hi, how you doing, Jacob? After a time, the men began to notice something strange about the setting sun. Its course seems to be drifting gradually left. Never seen the sun move like that, Bravebeard muses aloud. What's it up to? Steadybeard looks worried. I have a feeling it's more serious than a wayward sun. Did you note the wind? Can't seem to make up its mind. That's good, Jacob. Nice to hear, man. Aye, for worse, far worse, realized Hastybeard. It's a current for cotton. And a mischievous one, by my reckoning, adds Steadybeard, his voice growing more tense. We're drifting in a circle, and faster by the minute. Bravebeard shouts names their fear. Maelstrom! I appreciate you watching the stream. From high above, the water's accelerating swirl is unmaskable. I'm mistaken, sorry. Like I said before, this is a drunken gameplay. The men paddle furiously, but the widening vortex is escapable. This is really hard to read, the white against the light blue. They are carried deeper, thrown against the rising wall of water. Is something here? Oh wow. What in the hell? Faster as it narrows, the maelstrom swallows the barrels and drags the men from them into the deepening darkness. I don't know. Oh look, another trophy. Oh yeah, it's Jacob. Better than said hi. Oh no. He's an awesome person, that's who he is. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out, won't we? The beards give him the air. Well met, bearded travelers. The voice is deep, musical. Like I said in the beginning, Jacob, this is a drunken gameplay. Like, I have no idea about this game whatsoever. Hulu? Stammers Bravebeard, awed. The absurdity of underwater speech only adds to the wonder apparent on his face. You've seen much this day, she continues, smiling. The men nod, unnecessarily. Yet you have not seen all. She peers at each of them. Other paths lie untrodden behind you. If it is in your hearts to seek these paths, another day awaits. Hastybeard clears his throat nervously. Pardon my interruption, ma'am, but we've no longer any vessel with which to seek them. Lost at sea, she was. The silvery laugh ripples the water around them. You have traveled far without her, have you not? But do not be troubled. That which is lost may yet be found. May we meet again at the end of another path. Inclining her glimmering head in farewell, the creature slips silently away into darkness. It's definitely quite interesting. In the quiet that follows, the men find themselves still sinking. It's their beards. It holds all the air they need. Yeah, it has to be. They are burly men at sea, after all.
They are burly men at sea.
Oh, now we're walking on the ground, you see. Yes, here we go. But to where is it we were going? They made it out of the water.
Deep darkness to land. What is possible? The abyss.
It's the beards. I used to know those birds were called. I don't forgot. Is that the... No, that's not a puffin.
That's a puffin.
The puffins were penguins.
No, it's not a penguin. They're pretending like it's a penguin.
I made him make noise. A house at the end of this island from nowhere. Walk up here, guys. Oh, here we go. So there's the old man here. Thought you'd find a way to that door eventually. The old man greets them. The familiar has a way of making itself new when you look at it sideways. Never seen that part of the island before, I'd bet. The men shake their heads. Still have the map? He questions. Stevenephilim nods, silently passing it to him. I see you managed to find those adventurous deeds. And did ye meet her? Aye, brave Beard is first of the brothers to speak. Magnificent she was. Like the storm of old tales. But she told us we've more to see. Aye. It'll be there when you're ready for another go. The old man gestures to the books. Those shelves are full of tales like yours, and all with past left untrod. There's a twinkle in his eye. I even contributed a few in my time. You see, he continues, what's left unwritten in one story can fill another's. If you've the inclination to sail again, have another look at that shelf. Burley Men at Sea, Steady Beards reads aloud. Not a bad title, that. But what's all this numerical business on the spine? And how did he gives them a sly look? There's another mystery. Yeah, I have no idea. You have the curiosity for it? I mean, drunken gameplay, like I said, like I can't freaking read right now. The one's last thing, continues the old man. I don't mind telling ye now that I was the one who sent your bottle to sea. I've another to be tossed out for the next curious soul. Will ye do the honor? Well, art and animation, story design, Brooke, I didn't get that. Programming, additional design, David Condora. Music and sound, Played Sound. QA testing, Robert Megon. I am not reading all that. Definitely not reading all that either. Tony Bratton, Joe Barton, Andy Aresby, and Corey Jackson. Aaron Azaxon, Ben Newhouse, Jeffrey Rosen. I didn't get the rest. There's Ron Gilbert and Gene Sandracock. Brain and Brain, a quite adventure by. It looks like I'm gonna start over again. Well, that was quite interesting, and I'm glad you all came along on the adventure with me in my drunken gameplay of Burley Men at Sea. Maybe next time we play this will be a different adventure and some better reading. Till then, Stevenephilim signing out. See you in the next video. Bye bye.